Um, we are reaching the end of this meeting. And, well, before we summarize what today happened, I would like to briefly explain what we think it should happen now in relation with, in particular, with our Center of Competence. So I will invite you to visit, whenever you have the opportunity, the website. We have redesigned very recently at digitization.eu. So if you visit our website, you will realize that it is organized about 5 different corners. One describing tools and resources that the center distributes, or the members of the center distribute. Second, a number of services, mainly the services that the members provide. Also about training, then some items supporting the community, and well, finally some general information about the center. So, as you probably know, our center has created a large community of institutions, almost 40, which participate as members of the center. And we have, starting next year, we should be, the center is a not-for-profit institution, so we will have only the support of our members to keep this initiative alive. And well, we are prepared for that. But so I would like to stress what the advantages of joining this community are. So the first one is that you will find information about tools and resources for digitization. You will find a map of tools in the, where you can identify hundreds of tools that they are ready for being used in the digitization. For instance, you can look for tools for image processing, and then you can select, for instance, post-correction tools, and, well, there is no tool about post-correction. Image processing enhancement, you have 18 different tools here, and you have links describing these tools and also the tool providers. You have also the demonstrator platform, where we can show software by others working. Now you can test any of the tools. For instance, if you are interested in an OCR engine, you can test how Tesseract, for instance, where is it? Yes, here. You can test how it works with your files. You can upload a file, or you can, you can drag and drop a file from your computer, or you can use this one here, apply the operation, and then have a look at the results. So you have such kind of information for a number of tools, around 2,000 of tools you can test online. Now they work isolated, but in a few weeks you will be also able to connect each one with each other. That means that you can create a workflow where the output of one tool can be the input for the next one. So you can, for instance, check if a particular image processing, image enhancement tool makes your favorite OCR to work better or worse, and test it with your particular images, because that's probably what you want to know, how it works. We have also information about linguistic resources. For instance, this is a corpus of diachronic Spanish that you can even download here. And finally, you have also information about the image and ground truth resources created by Impact. So you may browse the collections and select your one of the books which were digitized and download the image or the ground truth associated to that image. And then you can use, of course, these examples as input for your testing. So you find everything together so that it simplifies your testing. Of course, you may not find interesting to do it yourself. In such case, you can always, if you're a member of the center, I didn't say this, but I can access this because I am registered. I am a member of the center. So most of the information you will find here it is for the members of the center. Okay, so if you don't want to make your experiments yourself, you can also ask us to do the experiments. So if you are a member of the center, we will provide you with basic information. We can do this for you if you are a member of the center, and only if you want very advanced consulting on your problem, we will send a message to all the members asking for assistance or whatever you need, and then we will promote this exchange of information, or in case this is a hard work, well, the other members can offer you a service by a fee or whatever. So the center itself is essentially a hub for information exchange. That's the key word for how we see what the vision of our center is. Examples of, just to mention a few, examples of requests we have received include, for instance, questions about support by OCR engines for particular scripts or languages, how to get the best results from your OCR engine, Tesseract or Avifine Reader or whichever, how to train it in the most effective way, or what is the cost of digitizing a collection, or how to reach your quality criteria. So in some cases, for instance, if you are asking for the cost of digitizing a collection, you may receive offers by other members offering you to digitize your collection by a price, for some money. So these are the kind of services that you will probably, well, consultancy is, of course, one of the basic services, but there are also members who provide support for content creation, content preservation, the maintenance or implementation of a digital platform, for a digital library platform, or other services as creating metadata or professional training or support for preparing research proposals. You will also be able to find here information about training. There are some training materials, in particular, for instance, Succeed created training materials for around 20 tools that have been used to help the libraries in the implementation of the validation of the tools that were supported by the Succeed project. And we plan also to create online training courses next year. This is one of the things we would like to address very soon. So this is also one of the lines of development of the center. And finally, well, not finally, but an additional thing is that you will find support for the community of members. I would invite you to visit our blog, because a blog is the more stakeholders taking part in the conversations, the more interesting it is. So we will be happy to receive open questions in our blog, so that all members can see what the interests of other people are, and if there are some members or some researchers or some librarians or some companies who have answers or comments, they will be able to see your posts and add information on those posts. So we will be happy, as I said, to have this feedback or input from the community. And you can also visit this part of the web we have talked about today, which is the project proposals corner, where you can receive assistance in identifying research programs or funding programs that could fit your needs, or even to find partners to address your digitization projects. So I will not show everything here, but you are invited to visit this website. And as I said, as a summary, I would like to stress that we planned to have, I think there is a good opportunity next year to keep this community alive. As I said, we are already 40 members, and such a number creates a critical mass of institutions to maintain this alive. And strategic lines probably will grow in organization of events that will bring these participants together. We will organize, as I said, also training courses, face-to-face courses, but also online training. And we have identified good opportunities to grow beyond Europe. Some of our members are not European. In particular, we have members in Asia and in South America who have shown their interest in promoting the growth of this community in those areas, which are where digitization, as far as I know, has growing interest, and so there is a good opportunity to create a bridge to those areas and to grow in this, that the community grows in those continents. So that's something that we are we think also will be a strategic line for the next year. So in summary, as I said, please visit us, send us your requests. Even if you are not a member, we may consider it, but we will invite you immediately to become a member. We don't charge, you probably have visited us before, but the fee for a member, if you are a public institution, is 600 euros per year, which is a relatively small amount. If you are a company, it's 1,000, but it's also a relatively small fee for belonging to a community where you can find the most relevant stakeholders in the field of digitization. So I hope this gave you a brief impression of what our center is and how we plan to maintain it. Of course, once Succeed is over, that means in 1 month, the center will lead all the activities that once were promoted by Succeed, but that's the natural cycle of life. I don't know if someone would like to do a remark, any of the members of the center, because otherwise, any comment, or not members, also any in the audience, because otherwise we summarize what we have done today. It is Friday. I guess you most want to meet your family for the weekend, and this is one of the special times where we are a bit before schedule. So, yeah.
One small question. You have companies as member.
Yes.
And in fact, you advise your members also for certain solution. Do you then, by preference, take those companies who are member? Do you give them a better treatment, let's say, than other solutions?
Yeah, the center is neutral with respect to the companies. Well, we are not neutral with respect to the technology, in the sense that if our experience is that one technology is better than the other, we will say that. No, but the process is different. When we have a request, we share it with our members. So if there are different companies, the companies in the center have the first opportunity to communicate with the institution making the request. So this is an advantage of being a member of the center. If no company in the consortium in the center is able to answer, then we will probably give a more open answer and say, okay, there is a company somewhere that could help you, but they are not a member, so we don't have precise information about them. So being a member, if a company is a member, has the advantage that they can know about the requests by others. And we communicate with all the companies because we cannot differentiate in that sense. So that at the moment we never had a problem with such issues because that's the procedure we follow and it worked well.
Natural competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I can add that we are strictly neutral in what we advise. If we evaluate software, we make no difference between whether a company is a member. For instance, Abby Fine Reader is evaluated. Sometimes it comes out as the very best solution for something, whereas Abby was a member of the Impact Project, but is not even a member of the Centre of Competence. It's just we have a paid license for the Abby Fine Reader SDK. So maybe that is also a good example that we are neutral. You need that thing for evaluation, and we do that. Maybe that shows how neutral we are.
Yeah, we are a large community, so we must be neutral, because otherwise somebody will claim, oh, you are doing something wrong. So we are, in any case, we are all interested in getting the best results for the best price, for the best money. So no, at the moment it works reasonably well. So as I said, when we have a request, we share it with our members. If we are not able to, if it's a complex request that we cannot solve in half a day, let's say, we share it with our members. They can provide their answers, and we provide them the answer to the institution with the request. And some of the answers may be, we have a company and we can solve your problem, and it costs 2,000 euros or whatever. So if that was the case indeed, that a library received 3 or 4 different offers, ways even to solve a problem, and they decided. We just, as I said, we are a knowledge transfer institution. So we are a non-for-profit, and we have a very low have a low-cost approach to the work. So as I said, we can survive just with a very low fee by our members. Fortunately, we have been able to join the critical mass of members to keep it sustainable for, I don't know, for a period, but for next year for sure. So that's our purpose. And as I said, we plan to organize some events next year, some training, and of course we will be happy to receive any request, any recommendation to organize further, because that's our role. So we will be happy to play it. So I think I will summarize. This has been a very interesting day. We have learned about the practical experience of libraries in validating tools for digitization. They were quite clear. In some cases, they claimed some tools were not useful for their workflow. I don't conclude from that that's the general case for everybody, but it's good that they were brave to say, and this does not fit our purposes. Some others they did, so that's also good to know. So this was a very interesting morning. And then we have a presentation of technology, which is also interesting to know. And then we also learn about recommendations about the standards for digitization, evaluation methods, and then we explore finally what funding opportunities we can find ahead. And we discussed about the role of centers of competence in this field and how they can help us in getting our objectives. So I think I thank you, everyone, by being here and sharing your ideas and your thoughts. I think we all had the opportunity to discuss with others and identify possible partners for new ventures. At least I did, so I guess, and I think some of you also. So this is one of the purposes of such meetings, that people can talk to each other and share their experiences and their plans. And I think in that sense, this final conference has been useful. I must admit I am a bit sad because I feel we are in the end of a project and I cannot avoid that. And that it has been a very nice experience because we had very good partners, and I think we are now very good friends somehow. So it's always a bit melancholic to finalize such a project. But so I thank you for your for coming here. I think you will be sent a survey just to receive suggestions or what you liked, what you didn't like, so that it will be useful for us for future organizations and for. So I thank also the BNF for hosting the event in a brilliant way, and I hope we'll have the opportunity to meet, as I said, next year. You will receive information about the other activities we would organize, and I hope I didn't forget anything. Thank you again.